from, what state you live in, and just a little bit of info about you. So you should be able to do that in your chat box. Let's check out our poll. Cool. So Erin, I know you. You are on our team. So welcome, Erin. It's Erin Gorlick. And let's see who else is on. Julie, and I know Julie. Welcome, Julie, and Keisha, and Lori. Thanks for logging in today. So I don't want to keep you guys. Let's just go ahead and get started. I appreciate your timeliness and jumping on our webinar today. So first of all, I'm Joy. I am your social media bootcamp coach and mentor, and I'm also a Beachbody coach. A little bit about me. I've been a Beachbody coach for 5 years. I actually joined as a customer. Originally, I got a not legitimate copy of P90X from some friends and did the workout on a challenge with some friends to see who could lose the most and get in the best shape for a trip to Las Vegas. And I got amazing results and fell in love with the Beachbody workout called P90X. Now at that time I didn't even know that P90X was part of Beachbody, as most of us probably didn't connect the two, because I didn't understand that was the brand behind that program. So long story short, I also got on Facebook about that time, and I was posting some pictures of me doing P90X and just my workouts. And someone friended me on Facebook, a random stranger who happened to be a Beachbody coach. And they ended up talking to me and said, hey, you know, I see you're talking about this, and it looks like you love working out. You might want to consider becoming a coach. And so, of course, I said, yeah, sure, whatever that is, I'll do it. And it ended up being that I joined for the discount, and that was my join date. But I actually didn't start working the business for about 8 months. I didn't understand what the business was all about, and I didn't have a huge upline support at that time. My upline wasn't really working the business. So I'm one of those coaches where I just dug in. I love learning, and I just learned how to work the business. And I brought on a team of coaches with me, and ended up being sponsored by Mindy Lawhorn because my upline coach quit. So we have a great team that we're on, and we have tons of training. And what I love about Beachbody is that it allows me to combine my passion for fitness and helping other people. So that's my story about Beachbody. But before Beachbody, I actually had a life before Beachbody, and I was a corporate tech girl. I worked for Apple Computer. Yay, I love Apple. For 11 years. I was a senior marketing manager. I cut my teeth on technology. So I eat, live, and breathe technology. I love it. I love learning new apps. I love the iPhone, obviously. I still bleed 6 colors, as they say at Apple. And I just continue to learn and apply those learning and those marketing strategies to my business when I started Beachbody. I also own a bootcamp business, so I understand if you have like a brick and mortar business, I understand how to use technology and social media to market those as well. So over the last 2 years, I ended up just digging into Facebook and learning everything I could about Facebook, and then Instagram came along. And I fell in love with Instagram and the power of being able to use photos to express your brand message. So I picked up Instagram and just embraced it and just really dove into it and learned everything I could about it. I took every course there was out there on it. So I know, the so-called social media experts. I know which ones are good and which ones were not so good. I took the best of the best from each of those, and then I also taught myself, and I followed some of the best brands in the business, and then I started applying that to my business, to my Beachbody business. So doing all that, I said, you know what, there's so many folks on our team and extended teams that really are reaching out and seeing what I'm doing on Instagram and wanting to learn the same. So I thought, what can I do that other social media experts aren't doing, and what can I apply and teach you guys, since I'm one of you I get where you're coming from. I live this. You know, I know your struggles. I know your challenges. And so I am probably closer to it than some of the others out there that teach this same type of information. What you're going to get from me today is some tutorials. I'm actually the type of teacher that actually likes to, and Jeanette can profess to this, I actually teach you, but then I make you do it. And then I challenge you to show me that you've done that. So today we're going to actually just do a little sampling of the stuff that I wanted to teach you guys. And then at the end of the conversation today, I'd love to invite you to my course. And I do have a Bootcamp for Social Media course that you'll get a special offer on at the end. And I highly recommend it, but I'm not going to speak on behalf of it today very much. I'm going to let Jeanette and one of our other pilot group members actually tell you a little bit about it and how they went through it. Okay, so if that sounds good, let's get going. So the first thing I want to teach you guys is that I don't want you spending a ton of time on Instagram. I want you to spend no more than probably a half hour on Instagram each day. I mean, you've got a ton of stuff going on in your life. You don't want it to overwhelm you. So I'm going to teach you how to get really efficient at what you post, how you post, and when you post. Today, what I'm going to teach you specifically is a program that I use to schedule my posts. It's very similar in concept to Hootsuite, which you may know of. And Hootsuite is basically a tool that you use online to schedule your posts to your Facebook groups. Well, there's a new tool out, fairly new, that is called Schedugr.am. And I'm going to actually share my screen and stop talking here for a second. So give me a second, let me share my screen, and then I'm going to walk you through this tutorial. Again, it's a desktop app, so it's no more fumbling on your iPhone to figure out how to post a bunch of pictures. You actually get to pre-schedule your posts or schedule them on the fly using this program. Okay, so let me share my screen. Hold tight 1 second. Okay, let's find it here. We are over here. 1 moment here. There we are. Okay, here we go. I'm getting ready to share it, and you guys should see it on the screen. Let me know if you're seeing it. Okay, so Schedugr.am is the name of the program. Okay, so and so it's spelled kind of weird, you guys. It's spelled Schedugr.am. If you can see that. Schedugr.am. That's the name of the app online. A little bit about Schedugr.am. It is not free. It is $13 and something a month. And it is well worth it if you want to get out of the figuring out when and how often to post. This is a scheduling tool. Okay, so what you do is first you sync your Instagram account. So this is my Instagram account, Get Fit with Joy. You sync it up to this program, Schedugr.am. And just behind the scenes, what's happening is this program actually talks to the API on Instagram. It's a totally legitimate and legal program. There is another program out there called Post.so that has had some issues around scheduling to Instagram. So I highly recommend going with this one. Okay, so the first thing you can do, you look at the menu bar at the top, and there's a menu that says Upload Media. You guys can see that. And what it says here is upload one image or upload many images to schedule or upload videos. So that's the cool thing. You can create all your stuff on your smartphone and then upload all your images to your desktop, either to Dropbox or to your camera file. And once you upload them, they're on your desktop, and you're just going to go grab. So I'm going to grab one image, which I've already uploaded here to save time. So I uploaded this image. Decide that you want it more than you're afraid of it. I mean, I think that's such a powerful message, and it speaks to my brand. So I'm going to click on the image, and what's cool about this program is that you can have all these editing tools at your fingertips. So let's say I don't like the original color. I can actually change the color of it to something that speaks more to my brand colors. So I'm going to find something that I think really matches me more. So I'm going to go with this one. Click apply. And again, you get just a whole set of tools again that you can use. These are all editing tools, much like in your high-end photo programs on your phone. You can resize it, you can focus it, change the warmth, the brightness. You can draw on this, you can add text to this. So if I wanted to add text, I could add my blog right there. And I can move it down like this. Hold on 1 second. Can you guys hear me better? Ronnie, let me know if you can hear me better. Sounds like my mic was rubbing on my hair. Okay, so I've added my text there, and I still have the attributes for the photo. So I am not, stealing this photo, and that's really important to keep in mind. And then you click apply, and then when you get it just like you want it, click save. So now you've got your photo all ready to go. So you see I've added my watermark on there, getfitwithjoy.com. And once it's ready, you can see it looks like that. Let me close that. Then you get to add your caption. So this is where you get to write what you want to say in the post. So it's super easy once you decide you want it. Thanks, Ronnie. And then that's all I'm going to add in the caption, because I think the message speaks for itself on this one. So you don't have to get, you don't have to write a microblog on every single post. But what you can do here, what I love about Schedugr.am, is that you add your hashtags here as well. So I'm going to add my hashtags in what's called the secondary comment field. And I'll teach you in my course why it's super important to use the right hashtags and to add them in the second comment field versus the first comment. And the first comment is just where you actually make your post. And then once you make your post, you would add your second comments in on a normal Instagram post. But on Schedugr.am, you can actually do it right here. Okay, so here's another time-saving tip. So instead of typing in hashtags on the fly every single time, I am going to go to my Evernote. Evernote is another program that I use, and it's just a note file. And I am going to find a set of hashtags that I think work. So maybe Push Me Daily, Mompreneur. I'm going to copy these. I'm not sure if you guys can see my Evernote screen right now, but I basically just went to my Evernote, and I have one note in my Evernote called hashtags. And I copy every set of hashtags, and I'll teach you how to find these hashtags that work for your brand. Okay, so you should be able to see my set of hashtags, and I only use 5 to 6 on each post. And then you can actually select a date in the future to post. So if I didn't want to post it right now, I would select a date in the future and a time, and then I would select schedule for later. But for now, I'm going to just go ahead and post it. And it says, success, the task has been queued. So it probably takes a minute, but let's go to my Instagram account. Let's see. Yeah, it hasn't posted yet. So it usually takes about 5 minutes, but check back on my Get Fit with Joy, and you should see it posting in a few minutes. Okay, so that is called Schedugr.am. And again, the cool thing about it, you guys, is that you can post and schedule photos and videos, and you can do it in bulk as well. You can schedule multiple photos and multiple videos. There are some glitches a little bit just because it's a new program, so beware of that. You may get some failed posts, but the nice thing is they have awesome customer service and they help figure out the bugs. So it's well worth, to me, it's well worth to save, you know, the time in posting, and to be able to edit your photos within a program like that is really, really cool. So the other thing about Schedugr.am is that I want to show you really quick one more thing on Schedugr.am, because hi there, am I back? I lost you guys, I'm sorry. Yes, do you guys see me? Okay, hopefully you guys can see me, right? Jeanette, give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm like, ah. Okay, so I was screen sharing. I want to go back to screen share really quick so I can show you one more thing. 1 second. Let me get my screen share up. Okay, so I'm going to Schedugr.am again. And I'm going to turn on screen share so you guys can see it. Okay, it should be coming up in your window shortly. Here it is. Okay, in Schedugr.am, I want to show you my activity log and show you one feature that I love about this. I'm going to go to my archive so you can see how many photos I've done in the past. Okay, so you can see I've added, today I added this one, and then I've added you know, post recently. What's cool about this is that over on the right-hand side, you can actually post again. So if I saw a post on here that I wanted to post again, like this one here, this one is about my 5-day sneak peek into coaching. I could post that one again if I wanted to. So everything looks good on that, and if I wanted, I would just hit post again and it would post. By clicking post again. And what's nice is you can actually edit the text. So let's say you had some time-sensitive information in your post from previous, or you wanted to change the hashtags out, you could do it right here. And then you can post now, or you can change the date so it posts. So you're not reinventing the wheel. I'm going to take it off screen share so we can talk. You're not reinventing the wheel. You're doing it once, and you got some great content, and I'm going to teach you to find the posts that are actually the most effective so that you can learn how to repost those. And Schedugr.am is just one tool that I highly recommend. So again, Schedugr.am, it's $13 a month for one account. You can have multiple accounts that you manage. So let's say that you've learned how to do feature accounts, which I will talk about in our course. And a feature account, just very briefly, is just that. It's just a focused account where you have focused content every single day, basically. So for example, and I like to give real-life examples, I ran a Whole30 challenge, which is a paleo eating group, and I ran it for 30 days. So I created another account on Instagram, and it became a feature account, and I called it Whole30 Day Challenge with Joy or something like that. and that became its own account. I added it into my Schedugr.am for that month, and I was able to just post recipes every single day on that Whole30 account. I had hashtags that were relevant to that, and that became my feature account. So does that make sense? Give me a yes if you're with me, please. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about another 2 apps I use to make your photos stand out, because the thing is that your photos are moving so fast on Instagram. You need to have them brilliant. I mean, you need to have them interesting enough, value added, content that stands out. You want to always, always, always provide value when you're doing Instagram posts. So I know that we're all just coming off Super Saturday. If you're a Beachbody coach and you're joining in right now, one of our big programs is P90 that's coming out. So I'm going to teach you how I would post about P90. So I'm going to do something very, very simple, but I'm going to use 2 programs. I'm going to screen share my phone, actually, so you can watch me do it from my phone. 1 second here. Let me find it. So thank you for that message for me. Okay, so there's 2 apps that you're going to need, and the first one is WordSwag. If you don't have WordSwag, get it. If you're on Android, I'm not Jeanette, there's no WordSwag, right, for Android, but there's some more programs out there, and I can help you find those programs. Okay, I'm turning on my mirroring on my phone so you guys can actually see me drive my phone. You can actually see me play on my phone. But this is good stuff. Here we go. Okay, so I am going to turn on my screen share. Here we go. Okay, you should be seeing my phone right now. Yes? Right here? Cool. Okay, so now I'm going to open WordSwag. WordSwag is basically an application that you can use for text on pictures. So that's text on pictures or text over solid backgrounds. WordSwag. Open it up, click on the camera icon, and then I am just going to select a solid background. So I'm going to go down and find a solid background, and I'm going to tap to change the text, and I'm going to write, this is going to be a really simple post, but it's going to be attention grabbing. Okay? Question for you. And then I'm just going to save that, and I'm going to press done. That's all I'm doing in WordSwag. That will be my photo that I post. Okay? So so the next thing I want to do is post this to Instagram. So I am going to open my Instagram, and I'm going to tap on the camera icon. Oh, before I do that, I want you guys to see my Instagram. So that post from Schedugr.am has posted already. There it is. And I've already got some comments on it. Okay. Now sometimes you'll notice Schedugr.am doesn't post that hashtag comments, so you may need to go back in and post them in Instagram. So let's go back to posting my picture that I just created for P90. So I'm just going to say question for you, and I'm going to hit next. This is my photo basically that I'm posting. Now for the caption, here's another time-saving option, you guys. In your notes or Evernote, you can have Evernote on your phone or your notes section, you should create all of your common comments that you use on Instagram that you're going to repeat, especially for your programs, right here. So I've already created this. This has too many spaces in it. Let me bring it up so you guys can see it. So this is going to be my actual post. Question for you. I'm looking for about 10 people who have not worked out in a while.
would consider your fitness level as beginner, newbie, fresh off the couch status, haven't stepped foot in a gym or done a home workout in the last 6 months, cannot handle high-intensity workouts, jumping high impact. Want to get back to where you once were healthy-wise or attain a level you never had before. Have purchased some at-home workout DVDs but are collecting dust on the shelf because they were just too darn intense. If this sounds like you, then please private message me or shoot me an email with a subject line, "That's me," to my email, or click the link in my bio. So this is already created, and I probably will reuse this over and over again on different social media posts or Instagram. So to get this into your Instagram, all you do is select all, copy, close that window, go back to your Instagram, it's waiting for you. Click once, click again, paste. Oops, too long. There we go. And then the other cool trick, you guys, is to add your link inside the location area. So I have a bit.ly, and a bit.ly is basically a shortened link. If you go to bit.ly, you will be able to take any long link and shorten it. In this example, I'm using a link to a survey, which is a survey monkey I use. And this actual link will show up in the photo location. So to do this, to have this in where the geolocation is usually set up, all you have to do is turn off your location services and then put it right here. And then you can add any link you want in there. Okay? So that's how that works. So right now it thinks I'm near California East Bay University. I'll go back and add in my actual link. It's not a live link, but it allows users to see that link one more time. So I do say something about it's also in my bio. So let's go ahead and share this first. I'm going to share it to Facebook as well. And it posts. And then I'm going to add this link so they can actually go to my website survey to basically enroll for my P90, apply for my P90, and I'm going to show you that survey in just a second. So it's, it's a couple steps that you do, but once you get it set up, it's super easy to do it over and over again. So that bit.ly was Joy's P90 group. That's done, and now it's right there. So this particular link that's in my bio right here, that's a live link. So if you click on that, it actually takes you to the actual page, and let me show you that page. Okay, let me share it really quick with you. Okay, here we go. P90 coach survey. Oops, that's not it. Hold on one second. So again, this is in SurveyMonkey. Here it is. So the thing on Instagram, and that I saw a lot of your questions on the initial survey that I sent out, was how do I get people over from Instagram into a conversation? And this is how you do it. You want to have a landing page. You want to have something where you can have that initial conversation. So I use a tool, and this is another time-saving tip. I use a tool called surveymonkey.com. There is a free version of it. I upgraded so that I can have logos and branding. And then basically it just asks them questions. They fill it out. I determine if they have a coach and how serious they are about committing to this type of program. And then I give them order dates and then some more information. And here's my shopping ID that will allow them to order the challenge pack. So that is basically in a nutshell how I use Instagram as far as offering new programs. And instead of just throwing up your link for a Beachbody, you're not able to have a conversation, nor are you able to track it. with the bit.ly link, you can actually track your conversations. So keep track of that. Again, you're using all I used on that one was SurveyMonkey for my survey, and I used a bit.ly link, bit.ly, to set up, and that's just basically setting up short links for any links that you have, and it just allows it to be more like a vanity URL, and it also allows you to track where those users are coming from. So bit.ly has a very powerful statistics engine in it that you can use to track your conversations, or not your conversations, but your engagement, which is really, really important. The thing about Instagram, you guys, is that Instagram is owned by Facebook. If you are just starting out, you've got to get in and dig in and do, I highly recommend that you invest in this course, that you think about how you're going to build your brand. I will help you figure all that out, because Instagram is not going anywhere. It's actually going to be blown up pretty soon by Facebook in terms of like the exposure, the advertising. They're going to start bringing tools over from Facebook with regards to engagement and really reaching your target audiences. So you really want to get in now and establish your brand and establish your foothold. And you want to stand out from other people that are doing the same thing as you are. You all have a unique story, okay? And that's the story that I want to help you tell. And it's not a story of you're a Beachbody coach. It's something much more in depth, something that is much more value added, that will allow you to reach your target audience. So I really, really want you to think about that. Okay, so I promised you I'd show you another app, and it's called Picplaypost. So let's go to that. Back to screen share here. So you can see in this course you do get a lot of hands-on tutorials, because I feel like most people, when they're learning Instagram or learning any social media, they get a lot of information, but they never get the actual how to actually do it, which is really, really important. Okay. Okay, let me find my screen share here. Okay, here we go. Back to my little iPhone. And again, if you have an Android, do not be afraid. I will help you with your Android apps if some of these apps are not on there. Okay, so we'll go to Picplaypost. Now, I've already used WordSwag to create a title. So, for example, when I do a workout like this picture here, I actually created this bottom title in WordSwag. And I showed you how to do that a second ago by using a solid background, typing in your information, and saving it as a picture. So to start from scratch here, let's just start from scratch. Let's go to my picture file, and you can either do a picture or a movie. And let's bring in a picture from Super Saturday yesterday. So maybe one of these pictures right here. And then I want to bring in a different title bar at the bottom that makes sense. So let me see what I have. I don't know if my Team Inspire logo will. Yeah, that'll work. So this is my Team Inspire logo right here. Okay, so you can play around with that. I could add music to this. So this is Picplaypost right here. Can you guys see that? Jeanette, can you see that? Awesome. So this is how simple it is to brand yourself on Instagram. I'm going to share it to my camera roll because I just posted on Instagram. I'm going to save it as a high res. I highly recommend you save your Picplaypost to your camera roll versus pushing it to Instagram right away. That way you can reuse it over and over again. Okay, so there it is in my camera roll. And when I'm ready, I will post that to Instagram when I have a day that I want to either promote my 5-day sneak peek for coaching. This might be a really, really good photo to use because it shows coaches. And I might change that title bar out to Hope Dealers or something like that. Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to stop screen sharing for a moment, and let me see if I can get over to our chat window. to see if you guys have any questions at all. Hey, Summer.
Hi.
Hi. Let's see here. So we talked about Schedugr.am already, and we talked about Bitly and using Bitly to do shortened links. I gave an example of a post that I just posted to Instagram on P90, so how you can use your programs to post, and how to save your frequent posts. So again, you want to save your frequent comments that you're going to reuse over and over inside your notes on your iPhone or your smartphone and or on Evernote. Now Evernote is a program that you can use, and it's across all platforms, and you can use it on your phone as well as your desktop, and it syncs up, which is really, really cool. And that's pretty much where I keep everything. So I think what I'd like to do next is I don't see any messages right now. Let me just check again. I don't see any chat right now for some reason. Let me see here. If you have any questions, type it in the chat. I should be able to see it. Chat, one new message. Okay. Okay, I got your message, Jeanette. You can hear me, right? Okay, thank you. Okay, so while we're waiting for any questions to come in, I would love, just type them in the chat box if you have any for Summer or Jeanette or I. But to give you a little background on Summer and Jeanette are in the screen. Hopefully you can see them. And they are Beachbody coaches as well. Jeanette is on my team, and Summer is on another team, but in our big team of Team Fit Life. So I had reached out to them back in late July to ask them if they'd like to go through a test drive of my course that I was developing for Instagram. So they've spent the last 2 months basically learning everything that you're going to learn if you decide to commit to one of my courses on Instagram. And they actually got the highest level training, meaning they got one-on-one tutorials, they got webinars, and just step-by-step guided tutorials. And I want them to tell you a little bit about their experience, what their accounts looked like when they first started in terms of their brand message, and how they grew their accounts in the last couple months. So Summer, if you would pop on, I'll try to get you up on the screen, full screen here, but if you could start talking and we'll take it away.
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Yay. Okay. Before Joy invited me to be part of her Instagram test group, I was just a person on Instagram with about 230 followers, and they were really just my family and friends and fellow Beachbody coaches and that kind of thing. So I really didn't know much. I just knew that I would post a photo on there and say something about it. Usually it was a workout or something I ate or something like that. So I really didn't, I knew that Instagram was out there. I knew I wanted to use it. I just really didn't know how. And so that's all I did on Instagram daily. I would just, and I wouldn't even post daily. I would just post when I remembered, oh, geez, I have Instagram. I should probably use that. And then Joy invited me into her test group, and she helped me realize, she helped me build my brand. She helped me dig really deep into what I wanted to convey through my Instagram account. And before she really worked with me one-on-one, it was a one-on-one session, and she started asking me questions. She started asking me, okay, so what message do you want people to know? And so I started thinking about that, and why do you want them to know that message, which was even a bigger question for me, because I knew what I wanted to tell people, but I had to really dig deep and decide why I wanted to tell them that message. And I really had to dig deep about my past. I have a testimony about my drug use and how I was saved by Jesus, and I really wanted to use that testimony to reach other like-minded people through Instagram. And so that's what she helped me do. She helped me come up with my bio. She helped me just really dig deep and figure out what I needed to put on my bio, and come up with the My Story for God's Glory sort of tag, my own personal tag that I started using. And I started using that, and I started just posting about Jesus and how he's worked in my life. My posts got less about Beachbody, less about what I eat, and more about what I really wanted, the message I really wanted to provide to people and connect with people through Instagram. And so I did what Joy said. She gave me some tools and tips. She helped me learn how to use certain apps. She told me and showed me how to use tags to reach people, like-minded people, on Instagram. And in the time that I've been working with her, and just it's been a couple months, but I consistently did what she told me to do. And in just a couple weeks, I was able to go from 230 followers to about 1,000 followers in a couple weeks. And right now I'm up to about 1,400 followers on Instagram and working to get to 1,500 by the 1st. And so that's what she's done for me. And it's not just any followers. She's helped me find followers who are like me and who I can relate to because they have the same values and the same lifestyles and that kind of stuff like I do. So does that help? What happened? Are you there, Jeanette?
Yes, I can see you now. I for a while you were an avatar. But I heard.
Did you hear everything I said?
Yep.
Okay, I don't wonder where Joy's at.
Don't know.
Well, I'm glad you heard me. Wow. I'll make you lunch in just a second, okay?
I'm hungry.
I know, go ask Daddy. He's downstairs. Thank you. Love you. I don't know where Joy went.
I can only see you, and so I can't tell who else is on.
I can't either. I just see you too, Jeanette. That's all I see.
Hi!
Hey, everybody! Oh, no, this is a bummer. Well, maybe people can still see Joy. Can you get lunch for Daddy, please? Thank you. I'll be down in a second. Thank you, sweetheart. Started out as just a person on Instagram with 230 followers, family and friends, and I pretty much just posted Beachbody stuff, a workout, a picture of my food, that kind of stuff. That's all I did because that's all I knew how to do, or that's all I thought I was supposed to do. But then I met Joy, and Joy was able to help me dig in deep about what message I wanted to give through Instagram, which I didn't know what that message was. But I started looking at my Facebook page and just going, okay, what message do I want to get through my like page on Facebook? And he helped me dig deep about my past, my testimony, and the message I wanted to provide to people through my pictures on Instagram. And so in doing that and using the tools and the tips and the tricks that she showed me with the apps and how to find people through certain hashtags, she was able to help me go from 230 followers to about 1,000 followers in just a couple weeks when I did what she said to do. And so that's grown even more since to about 1,400. But now I don't post just about Beachbody stuff, and my bio doesn't say I'm a Beachbody coach, and my life isn't Beachbody, even though that is what I'm building my Beachbody business on Instagram. That is not who I am on Instagram. I am conveying a testimony. I am including what God has done in my life, and using that to reach out and connect with like-minded people. So those 1,400 followers I have on Instagram aren't just random people. They're actually people who have similar interests and likes and desires as I do, and those are the kinds of people I want to work with. So.
And that's, I mean, I think that's the key point, Summer, that you made, was that you moved from shouting from the rooftops that you're a Beachbody coach, and then to more in line with what your life's mission is all about as a Christian mom and wife. And you have some passions, and you have a huge story. You have a couple amazing stories that you get to tell now through that media. And that, I think, was the key, the catalyst to really moving the dial on your Instagram followers and getting quality followers. I mean, I can tell you how to get tons of followers, but that's not what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's about getting quality followers that you can engage with, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and Joy, you helped me get that. You helped me really hash out my bio and come up with that my story for God's glory, which is right in my bio. And that's attracted people. People look at that and they want to know more. And so they start scrolling down onto my Instagram feed and trying to figure out what that means. And I've even had people, comment on posts on Instagram going, "What does this mean? I'm really curious about what is this my story for God's glory?" And so I've been able to actually take people from Instagram and sort of pouring them toward my blog and pouring them toward my like page to try to give them more of what I'm trying to reach for. So yeah.
Your name on Instagram is Philippians 4:13.
Fitness. Yeah.
Cool. So definitely check out Summer's Instagram if you guys can. It's awesome. I mean, her bio looks really, really good now, and the fact that people are starting to read it versus what it looked like before, people were skipping over it more than likely. So I'm so proud of you, Summer. You've just done awesome, and I mean, I told Summer last week that I know immediately when a post pops up in my feed, I don't even have to look to see who it's from because I know it's Summer because her brand is so clear, which is really, really cool.
No, thank you, Joy. That you helped me do that, and I'm just blessed to be able to. I mean, it's just amazing how people will pay attention to certain things, and like you said, they can pick out that picture, and you're not the only one who's told me that they've been able to see that just go through the feed that it's mine. So it's awesome. No, thank you.
So consistent. Very cool. So Jeanette is another one of my friends and fellow coaches that decided to take the leap of faith with me and she just test drive this course with me and she really has cut her teeth on Instagram through this course, and I'm just super proud of her as well. So I want her to tell you a little bit about her story and then how she's using Instagram and what she's done in just a couple short months on Instagram.
Oh my goodness. Instagram was another planet that I didn't want to visit. I'm aware that the planet's there. I actually signed up to be there and then quickly forgot about it. And then I go into the working with you, and so then I go from being on another planet to being in the desert. And like, where am I and what am I supposed to do and what does all this stuff mean, and just like being confused, and then I see this oasis over there yonder, and I go towards that, and then I see the green curtain, and behind that green curtain is Joy, and she has just showed me all of these this is what Instagram is. It's like, oh my gosh, you can actually have conversations with people, you can get to know people. I've actually I've actually been on the phone with people I've met on Instagram and just really been able to connect with people. I definitely don't have the numbers that Summer does right now, but that's okay with me. I'll get there. But I will say that my numbers did triple and since we
Wow.
started. And I'm really learning some other apps that I'm sure will tell you about. That some other apps that really make it really easy to communicate with people. That's my biggest thing. Is I'm an eating disorder survivor, but that isn't who I am. I do have that kind of mingled into my story, my pictures, but that isn't at the front of the front of the theater stage. I'm more centered around my face. And I'll throw in, every once in a while some videos of me working out and acting silly, just to put a face to the page. And I think the biggest thing that I guess that my mind has changed is, I'm not using, like Summer said, we're not using really, I am a Beachbody coach, but that's not what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on people, life outside of my bubble, and you know, letting other people know that I care about what they post. My biggest thing is it doesn't happen all the time, but most of the time I try, and if I'm gonna like it, I'm gonna comment on it.
Yes.
Because who doesn't like to see comments, right? I mean, even if it's a smiley face or something, take that extra minute. Now, I understand it's not always feasible to do that or easy or whatever, but that is that's huge for me. And the applications, and there are still, like, I have like a list of to-dos that Joy has told me to do, and I'm a little bit slower at this because I'm kind of I have to have my creative moments, but then she's also showed me apps where let the apps be creative for me. It's just post it. But I do feel like I've seen behind the green curtain, and there's still so much that I can do, and so much I'm looking forward to doing. And I will say that I have had the greatest time and have been so honored to be part of the beta group. And I think that anyone would, 100 times better just to get on Instagram and like Joyce said, Facebook is where everybody is, but now people are going to Instagram, and it can be just as conversational. You just have to figure what those apps are where you can have those conversations. And Joy has got all of that.
So I'm super proud of you when you were able to move those conversations to even a phone call. I mean, and you messaged me recently saying, I met this girl on IG, and now we're talking on the phone, and we're messaging back and forth. Tell us a little bit about how you move that conversation, because we're getting questions on that in terms of, like, how do you get these people off IG into actually a real, like, deeper conversation? So tell us how you did that.
It just, of course, it starts out by one person will like your post and say something, and I start conversing, having more of a comment. Mm-hmm. And I think it had started with the 21-day fix. And this one gal, she's like, well, how can I do this? And so we started with, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but there is a way that you can send messages privately to people. And so that's how that started. So she gave me, she was interested in this product. I had mentioned some stuff, just kind of casually, like walking by each other in the hall on Instagram, kind of,
Yeah.
And then, so she privately messaged me her phone number, and we talked, and we've been on the phone a few times, and she's now a friend of mine on Facebook. I have talked to people that they just have Instagram and they don't have Facebook. So it's just, Instagram is kind of where people are starting to gravitate towards more.
I think you're right. Just because Facebook is becoming kind of beastly to manage, and every time you think you have Facebook figured out, they change the algorithm, and they change the way that you can post ads. And the way that your engagement has changed. You know, only 16% of people are actually going to see your post in the newsfeed. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
And that's what
super.
Instagram, that's what you taught us about Instagram is that, you know, they're not, it's almost like Facebook is, and I don't want to slam Facebook because I do like Facebook, but it's almost like you have to, you know a whole another set of rules to actually get your stuff seen on Facebook. You're thinking, oh, I'm going to post this, everybody's just seeing. No, they're not.
No, exactly.
And there's a whole other webinar on that too, and it's just like, what?
Yeah.
So this is good stuff. I mean, and then how you taught, you know, to get stuff seen again, and when to post, and what hashtags to use, and you know, not crashing a party, and just, you know, the tapes are always running.
Yeah,
So it's been I couldn't even put enough stars on how valuable this has been.
well, thank you, and I'll send it. No, thank you, seriously. I appreciate both you and Summer being on. And we actually had one other gal by the name of Brandy, who's awesome as well, and she just wasn't able to make the call today. But reach out to them if you have any questions on what this is all about. And I'm going to post a little bit of an offer here so that you can see what exactly Bootcamp for Social Media is all about. But before I do that, I want to share with you kind of the homepage so you get just a glimpse of what you will actually get when you sign up for Bootcamp for Social Media. Let me find it here. Okay, here we go. And again, just reach out to me. I would be happy to do a call with you or a message with you back and forth if you have questions on what we covered today. But let me share with you just what you'll see when you go to the special early bird offer, so you get an idea of what you will sign up for. So this is where you're going to go, bootcampforsocialmedia.com. And when you get to this page, it's got an overview of my background, so you get an idea of why I'm so passionate about this social media platform, who it's for. So if this fits you and you know, it lines up with your priorities right now, then I'd be happy to help you. Tell you a little bit about my background with Beachbody and my background in social media as well, and what you'll get. I'm going to be offering free monthly webinars. I'll continue doing that. But then as you go down, you'll see the modules that you'll get. The first module in our course is defining your brand. So this is where Summer and Brandy and Jeanette really just kind of tore apart and remodeled their brand from scratch. So you get an in-depth lesson as well as a PDF with some homework on that one and some tutorials. The second lesson, and these are all self-paced lessons, which is what you guys asked for in the survey that I created. You asked that you wanted, most of you said you wanted self-paced lessons that you could do at your pace, along with some videos and webinars. So that's exactly what I'm going to deliver to you. I'm super excited about that. Lesson number 2, how to create a bio. And that's exactly what I'll teach you how to do, and that's where we deconstructed and then reconstructed your actual bio. Once we had your brand, we're able to create your bio. And the bio is the thing that's going to actually stand out, the first thing that people see when they land on your Instagram page. So you want to make sure that it speaks to your brand message. And then I'll teach you how to find your ideal clients and how to find followers, which is what a lot of you are asking for about how do I find followers and how do I find targeted followers. And then we go into about hashtags. Now hashtags are constantly changing in terms of strategy, and I'm going to present to you the latest and greatest in terms of hashtag strategies. When to use them, how to use them, how to repurpose your hashtags so they get seen in the newsfeed more frequently. And then you've got a bonus app called Creating User-Generated Content, which is a free lesson on creating contests to drive people to your account, as well as creating some really unique ideas to allow other users to be your evangelist. And then in addition to that, I created tons of tutorials that are free to you when you sign up, and they are miscellaneous apps, so every kind of app that doesn't fall in the photo apps or the time saver apps or the font design apps. So make sure you go to bootcampforsocialmedia.com today so that you can get in on the early bird pricing. You can see the different levels. And if I can say one thing, you may look at these levels and you're trying to figure out which one is right for you. The ones that Jeanette and Summer and Brandy did were the one-on-one coaching sessions along with the intensive. So if you do the one-on-one coaching session, you're going to get everything that's in every single level. It's a one-time investment that gives you a lifetime full of value. So every time I update this course, you're going to be a lifetime alumni member, and I'll continue to add value to this group. So that's what that's all about. Make sure that you visit that site, and again, if you have any questions, make sure that you message me today or tomorrow on any questions that you have. Okay? So I think that's it. I think we kind of covered everything, unless Jeanette or Summer have any questions or comments. Did I miss anything?
I would just say, if you're on the fence about whether or not this is what you want to do or worth it, she just gave you like some free money just now with these apps. And just go and check them out. Just go and try them out, and just you'll see right then it's going to prove itself right there. So if you're on the fence, I want to push you over and say you need to do this. Just go ahead and try those few apps that she talked about, and you just be like, okay, I get it. So that's what I got.
Thank you.
I also wanted to add too that I knew within the first 2 days of working with Joy that what I was in was something good. It didn't take me the whole several weeks or the month. I knew right away. So you're going to know right away. And I saw at the bottom there's money back guarantees on this. So you are going to know right away whether this is going to be something that's going to help you or not. And I have no doubts that it will, because I knew it right away. So.
Well, good. I am just so blessed to be able to share, you know, my geekiness side, because I'm a total geek at heart. So I'm, happy to share any tips I can with you guys, and I hope that you find value in what you learned today. Please message me on our Google Hangout. There's a little message bar underneath that will be posted, and you'll see a broadcast, hopefully a replay of this sent to your email box shortly. So. Again, I appreciate your time, especially Jeanette and Summer, and for those of you that were able to jump on our webinar today, thank you so much, and have an awesome Sunday. And again, reach out to me on Facebook. My Instagram is Get Fit with Joy, and make sure you follow the coaches that were on the call today. So thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.